So in this lesson we're going to have a look over isometric drawing. How do we set up the isometric grid, and how do we draw isometric circles as well, iso circles. So the isometric toolbar, there's two ways of turning it on. We can go down to our tab down here, our snap mode, right click on our snap mode, go to snap settings. So on snap settings, this pops up and we want to use this bad boy down here, and that's the isometric snap. So make sure it's on snapping grid, isometric snap, we hit OK, and you'll see that our grid has changed. The grid and the cursor have changed so that they're in a line with one of the vertical planes. Now what we have to do here, there's a few things we can use. We can use F5 on the keyboard. So F5, that enables us to flip the grid round. If you just draw a line, let's have a look. So we can just draw lines just as normal, and you'll see, you think, it's made not much difference at all. But the beauty of this is, let's go and finish that, is when we turn on our ortho tool. So if you remember, ortho is F8. This is what some people miss out on. You've got to hit F8 on your keyboard, and you'll see that in the command prompt, ortho has been turned on. If we try to draw a line now, you'll see that it's locked to a specific plane. So it's locked to one of our iso planes. We can flip that round again with F5, jump back into our line tool. We're now going to draw this flat plane here. Set my snap on with F3. You get the idea. Again, to flip F5, this flips it to the vertical, we can go upwards. And we've got a 3D drawing. That's in 2D, of course. So to draw, say, a simple cube, so let's draw line tool, line across, F8 is on, pop in 1,000, 1,000 there, 1,000 up, 1,000 to the left, C to close, flip it round with F5 again, draw a line, 1 point here, over there, 1,000, hit escape. And because all these are the same length, I can just copy that using this as my base point there, and then just join the dots up at the end. There's your cube. You could flip them round and draw the top one in this plane, but me knowing that all the lines are the same, we might as well just copy them, it's quicker. To pop a circle on here, if you want it exactly in the center, we can just bang that across there. Let's put 2 circles on here. Actually, okay. So to pop a circle in this face, what we need to do is, rather than using the circle tool, if you use the circle tool, this is what happens. So we have a circle, and it appears like it's squashed. Our eyes plays tricks on us, and it looks like it's a bit squashed. In reality, it's true, but what we need is an ellipse. So we go to the ellipse tool, EL for the ellipse tool, and we're going to choose the iso circle option. So the normal ellipse will work, but this is geared up specifically for this task. So we go to iso circle. I'm going to find my center point here. You can use tab just to tab through those options if you want to be sure that you're on the midpoint. And we're going to draw the circle. Now you'll notice that it's in the wrong plane. And what we can do is we can press F5 on the keyboard, and again, until you find it's on the right plane. There we go. And if you wanted to type in a dimension, just type it in on the keyboard. Say this is near 300, so pop in 300 there. And that's drawn that on. And I'm going to have a go at copying this. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to copy it from base point down, or here, maybe this point. I'm going to copy it from that point. Now I'm going to change my angle again. So I'm going to change it so I'm in this plane. So I'm going to copy it in this direction. I'm going to copy it in that direction over here. And I'm not going to copy it much, I'm just going to copy it, say 50 units across. Let's pop it in there. Then all we need to do is wipe one of these edges. So go to the trim tool, spacebar to accept it, spacebar to select all, and then just trim that out. And it looks like we've got a hole cut in the side, so we just copy that down to there, and then trim, select that as a cutting edge, and that as a cutting edge, and just trim out these lines. There we go. And if you wanted a circle on this side, rather than draw it again, because it's a perfect opposite, we can just take this, use the mirror tool, MI for the mirror tool, set one point down here as my first point of the mirror line, second point up here, erase source objects, no, there we go, job's a good one. To draw the one on the top, you can't really rotate this and move it around, you have to draw it again. So, I'll leave that for you to do. There we go, that's it.